If you're spending over 5 hours completing vendor security assessments, I'm going to show you how to do it in 30 minutes using an automated Excel template. My name is Diana, and I've been vendor risk management analyst for over 5 years. I've completed many of these assessments manually, and I built this toolkit to solve the exact problems I faced every day. Let me show you how this works. Most companies either use basic spreadsheets without any automation, or they pay over $20K for enterprise software they don't need. Small and mid-sized businesses need something in between: professional, automated, but affordable. That's where BizGuard comes in. Let me walk you through an actual assessment. For example, we're evaluating a vendor called Blueprint Cloud Solutions, and the client name is North Shore Data Services. So first, I enter the basic information. I already entered it here just for you to see what information is needed. So, once this is completed, I go through the security questions. This template is organized by domain: the information security, compliance, IT, operations. As you can see, these are different sections, color coordinated. So the first section is for the client, and then the rest of the sections is completed by vendor, but they could also be completed by the client on behalf of the vendor. So you could see data, vendor contact, data access, access methods, third parties, information, security practices, and so on. So here you will see the scoring, which initially shows as low, obviously, and here is the risk tier legend that shows the low, moderate, and high risk percentage of the questions that are being answered. So depending on the answers, the tiering will automatically change. So here is how it works. You're answering questions by one, and depending on the answers, the scoring, the tiering will change. So for example, if I answer storing, processing, or accessing any company data is yes. If whether the data is strictly public is no. Whether vendor processes or stores any company's internal or confidential data, we'll say yes, for example. When I check the scoring, it still shows incomplete because not enough questions are being answered. Then if the data is the confidential business data, we'll say yes. And the next question is, does these services involve personal identifiable information, PII? So it's like name, social security, or government ID. So once we say yes, the scoring will automatically change to high because this is really serious data that is being accessed by the vendor. So here you will, this is an example of, how this tiering and scoring is changing based on the answers. Just to show you an example for, if we change the answers to no access, and here we'll say yes for public data and no for the rest. No PII, no PHI. The scoring will still be showing as low. And just to show you one of the other examples, if we say the data is being accessed, actually, it's right away it's showing moderate because, some data is being accessed by the vendor. And then here, some of the answers will change, will be like an exception to the rule. For example, some of the answers by themselves will change the rating to high, medium, or low, high or medium, because the access is too high. Like, for example, if personal health information is being accessed, the tiering will change to high right away, because this is very sensitive data that is being accessed. So going back to the answers, if the access to VPN is yes, which is a higher exposure tunnel into internal networks, the scoring will definitely change to high. But then if we say that there is a multi-factor authentication, MFA, is yes, the scoring will change to moderate. Because if MFA is in effect and vendors, third parties are accessing clients' data via VPN, as long as there's multi-factor authentication per the NIST framework, the scoring will change to moderate. And again, if we say there is no multi-factor authentication, the scoring will change to high. So that's how this normally works. So this could be used as a summary report. And that's what you could show to your auditors or management. Professional documentation, auto-generated. So what's used to take 5 hours before, now takes 30 minutes. And here's what you get. You get automated risk scoring, as you could see, the color-coded results, the professional report for auditors, which is SOC 2, HIPAA, ISO compliance framework built in. It's ready to use immediately, no training needed. This is designed for small and mid-sized businesses who need to pass audits. And again, the questions are, it's like a full set of questions, which includes AI questions. It includes ownership questions, the contractual obligations, encryption, non-disclosure agreement, and so on and so forth. It is ready, as I said, it's ready to use immediately, and link to download BizGuard is in the description below here. And also it is in my YouTube caption. I have different versions depending on your needs. For light version, which is this one for the basic assessment, and then which is $97. And then I have a complete toolkit with everything you need included, including an AI prompts, workflows that automate compliance tasks. This $97 product also includes assessment instructions and vendor intake questionnaire, which determines whether the vendor will access, store, or process any company's data, and whether this full security assessment is actually required. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my TPRM and compliance tutorials. I post new videos every week. And thanks for watching.